Hello Nigeria, welcome to another spectacular edition of Newsline. I am Becky Madujemo. First off, happy Mother's Day to all women out there. You are all beautiful and we love you. We have a report on just how special you are and why you must be appreciated on a regular basis. Meanwhile, we are updating you on the little girl in Saple called Success. The new development to her story is quite interesting, and there's a positive outcome of a report aired on Newsline last year. It's about a lady who suffered kidney failure. Make sure you stay glued for that one in particular. Then there are some innovations that could increase the level of power supply in Nigeria. It's also amazing that Nigerians are the brains behind this new technology, as you would see. In the final segment, we have deliberately aligned the horrific stories. Yes, we always report on crime and man's inhumanity to his fellow. Before all these and more, let's watch the news. Over to Fatima Umar Abuba in Abuja. Happy Mother's Day, Fatima.
Well, thank you very much, Becky. Happy Mother's Day to you too and to all the mothers out there. You're welcome to the news. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says, contrary to alleged insinuations about fresh elections, the Commission will only undertake collation of results from 6 council areas, apart from Abuja, where supplementary elections will hold. The National Commissioner in charge of Edo, Bayelsa and Rivers, May Agbamuche Mbu, made this known at a stakeholders meeting in Port Harcourt. Robinson Derataide has the details.
The enlarged stakeholders meeting had in attendance political party chieftains, candidates, security agencies, religious leaders and NGOs. INEC at the meeting maintained that it has the results of 17 local government areas in its custody, stressing that it will only resume collation in 5 local government areas of Ahuda West, Asare Toro, Degema, Gokana and Kana between 2nd to 5th of April. The Commission noted that elections did not take place in Abuja local government area.
This is a new slate and we're going to start again. And when I say start again, we're going to do it openly. You're all going to be there to see and make your comments. We'll allow those who have any genuine comments to make, we'll allow them to do so.
Stakeholders, including the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, urged INEC to announce the results of the 17 local government areas and be transparent in the collation process.
Maintain the openness, maintain the transparency. The church has prayed, but we need peace. We Muslims, we ask and demand for peace.
The candidate of the African Action Congress, AAC, Biokpamabo Awara, however, expressed dissatisfaction with INEC's position, citing an ongoing court case on the matter as reason the process should not continue. INEC further assured the stakeholders of the safety of the materials and results in their custody, noting that they have not been tampered with. In Port Harcourt, Robinson Derateide, NT News.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has ascribed the successful conduct of the 2019 polls as well as the preservation of the lives of Nigerians to God. This was at a special service of Thanksgiving organized by the Aso Villa Chapel in Abuja. And our correspondent Jide Onifade was there, but he's still packaging that report. Increasing wave of child abuse and other social vices, mothers in the country have been advised to pay more attention to the upbringing of their children in order to have a better society. This was at a special service held by the Aso Villa Chapel in Abuja in celebration of the 2019 Mother's Day. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, Boss Mustafa, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, and Winifred Oyoita, Head of Civil Service, were present at the special service. Correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
So many reports are linked to what brought about the celebration of mothers and motherhood. But one thing that cannot be argued is the role of mothers to having a better society. As observed by wife of the Vice President, Oludolapo Osinbajo, mothers always crave for opportunity, advancement and better life for their children.
Fathers, we need to arise and shine. Indeed, darkness has covered the earth, and The Lord will arise over everyone else.
And raising concern over the negative effects of the social media on children, she wants mothers to intensify efforts in protecting their children. The clearest modern precedent for Mother's Day is the early Christian festival known as Mothering Sunday, which falls on the 4th Sunday of Lent. Over time, the Mothering Sunday tradition shifted into a more secular holiday, and children would present their mothers with gifts and other tokens of appreciation. This is being kept alive at the Aso Villa Chapel as children here present gifts to mothers of the nation and by extension to all mothers in Nigeria. They also sing on the theme of the day, which is Mothers Arise, for thy glory has risen. While for former governor of Akwa Ibom State, Ekaite Akpabio, who represented the wife of the president, led others in the cutting of the anniversary cake.
In as much as some of us are very busy, we should be watchful who we leave our children with.
The foundation of every nation starts from the upbringing of a child at home.
Mothers are generally a caring species. In those days, mothers really cared. They still do care. But I can tell you that the pets of mothers is what has kept us alive, and that is what gives us the thrill.
I believe as a mother, it's our primary responsibility to care for our husbands and for our children. That is the injunction that the Lord has given us, and I think it's a pleasure to do so.
Because when you teach these children, bring them up in the good ways, the children will also make a good society for us.
If I teach my children well, they will influence others, even in their schools. So I must teach them well. If we want our society to be changed, it must start from our homes. Biblical teaching, the truth and nothing but the truth.
We can't make too much of our mothers. We should celebrate them. In fact, the Yoruba say we should leave the idols and begin to worship our mothers.
From the Aso Villa Chapel, Jede Onifadi, NT News.
As today is Mothering Sunday, a day mothers are celebrated the world over for their humanity, and the special report Victor Azu examines the significance of the day.
Renditions like these are not heard every day. It is often reserved for Mothering Sunday. While Anna Jarvis led the campaign for an official holiday for honoring mothers in the U.S. in 1905, the year her mother died, the fourth Sunday in the Lenten season every year is set aside to appreciate the sacrifice of mothers for the home and humanity. The only connection between both events being the common purpose. Christian mothers get to play significant roles in the day's worship, including preaching the sermon. Trust mothers to also put up their best show to savor the moment.
My message to Nigerian women is to take care of their children, because these children, they are the ones that will take care of them when they are old.
Ijoma Idika is celebrating her 16th Mothering Sunday, and it still feels very special, she says.
Family, my husband, my children show me love every day. But there's a special thing that happens usually on every Mother's Day. That is the day that they gather and tell me how much they love me.
Expectedly, there are messages from the pulpit on the church's expectation of a good Christian woman and the significance of the day. While modes and dates of celebration may vary, Mother's Day traditionally involves presenting mothers with flowers, cards, and other tokens of appreciation. I have done my part towards my mother. Have you?
Sure, Victor Azu, I have. The federal government says it is going to set up 6 cashew processing plants in 4 states. A statement by the Minister of Agriculture, Audu Ogbe, says Enugu and Benue states will have 2 plants each and 1 each for Kogi and Oyo states. The minister says the initiative is aimed at adding value to the produce, creating employment and wealth to the country. Aduogbe added that the initial challenge over years is accessing to credit. However, the federal government is discussing with the Brazilians with a view to bringing in machines that will process the cashew fruits into juice, which has a high content of vitamin C. And in dealing with predicted global economic difficulties, a 38-page book with the title Understanding Your Power Over Stress has been presented to the public. Ikechukwu Ndwekwe tells us.
Understanding Your Power Over Stress is an insight into the pathology of human anxiety, causes, consequences, and control. The book covers topics like marital stress, security of life, struggle for status, decision-making, and imaginational stress, among others. The book reviewer Tijani Ahmed described it as a must-read for all Nigerians, stressing that stress, if properly managed, leads to prosperity.
The author is called domestic upheaval, such as divorce, conflicts at home. This affects our work.
When your elastic limit is being exceeded, you will be stressed. And when you are stressed, you are bound to have problems.
Author of the book, Dr. Frederick Obidigwe, says stress may be unavoidable. Proper management would either lead to self-actualization or cardiovascular ailments.
When stress is not managed, then you give birth to all these, diseases.
Stress is said to be a global health challenge that has led to many deaths, if not properly managed. In Abuja, Ikechukwu Ndwekwe, NTA News.
The Nigerian Air Force has issued a statement concerning a viral video and pictures circulating online of military personnel flogging suspected armed bandits in Shinkafi, Zamfara State. According to the statement signed by the NAF Director of Public Relations, Air Komodo Ibukule Daramola, some of those implicated were indeed NAF personnel stationed at the Galadi subsector at the time, who intercepted suspected armed bandits and resorted to unauthorized methods to extract information. The NAF therefore wishes the public to note that it does not condone such human rights violation and has since taken steps to investigate and take appropriate disciplinary action against those found culpable. As an organization, the NAF remains a professional fighting force which will continue to operate within the law while remaining accountable to the Nigerian people. The Nigerian police has reassured stakeholders of commitment towards sustaining the community policing initiative to ensure adequate security of lives and property in the country. Acting Inspector General of Police Muhammad Adamu Abubakar stated this in Lafia during a visit to Governor Umaru Tanko Almakura of Nasarawa State. Joshua Ojito reports.
The Acting Inspector General of Police, Muhammad Adamu Abubakar, who was in Lafia for wedding engagement of his children, met Governor Umaru Tanko Almakura on improving security situation in the state. He says securing local communities will be given priority in order to curb crime in parts of the country. The acting IGP solicits the support of state governments as he urges people in rural communities to avail police with useful information towards tackling security challenges.
And in doing so, we are in the process of restructuring the way the police function is so as to meet up with the challenge of community policing. By the idea of community policing is to move policing to the community, let the community initiate, then we'll come and cooperate with the community to solve the problem.
Once every individual within any community considers himself as part and parcel of the security arrangement, I think success would have been achieved even before we embark on the project. So I want to assure you that Nasarawa State will support you, will collaborate with you to ensure the success of community policing.
Governor Almakura congratulates the acting IGP and assures him of support by the state government. In Lafia, Joshua Ojito, NTA News.
And now to a bit of sports. Team Nigeria shines at 2019 African Wrestling Championships in Tunisia as Nigeria Gymnastics Federation targets gold medal haul at 2019 All-Africa Games in Morocco. Kene Ima Abudike brings us more on Sports Update. And now to our earlier report by correspondent Jide Onifade.
Living by the scripture's injunction to give thanks in all things, Nigerians, irrespective of religious inclination, attended the service of thanksgiving, offering praise to God. For Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, his involvement in a helicopter crash during the campaigns and still alive to tell the story is another great testimony of God's great mercies to the nation.
All of the exaltation comes from God. God is the judge. He puts down one and he exalts another. I want to thank the Almighty God for exaltation. I want to thank him also for exaltation for all of us who are here and who are believing God and those who are believing God for exaltation.
Speakers at the event described the victory in all areas as divine, which all Nigerians need to thank God for.
We also need to thank God that the opposition also had the grace and the wisdom to take the civil parts, the civil constitutional parts, to express their dissatisfaction over the election results by proceeding to court to challenge the results instead of instigating violence across the country.
The variety of songs rendered at the occasion equally points to the grateful heart with which the people of the country appreciate the works of God. The service of Thanksgiving is one of the series of programs of appreciation organized by the presidency after the 2019 elections. From the banquet hall of the State House, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
We now check on our weather prospect. Okay, I believe weather is not coming up now. We now take some messages, after which Newsline continues with Becky in our Lagos studios. To stay with the NTA.